What if I told you that some of the most visually appealing houseplants require absolutely no soil? Imagine plants that can subsist for months, even years, sustained solely by water. These are the very same plants our grandparents nurtured on their windowsills in simple glass jars. While we spend money on soil and intricate care, these plants joyfully flourish in water. These aren't just anecdotal claims. They are plants with genuine scientific backing. Today, I'm going to unveil 20 such specimens that will revolutionize indoor horticulture. Stay tuned, because the 17th plant develops roots so rapidly, you can witness it in real time. The 20th plant starts with something already in your kitchen, yielding magnificent vines. We release new videos weekly to help you cultivate stunning plants without the mess of soil. Let's dive in. Here are 20 plants that thrive with nothing but water. First, we have Pothos, also known as devil's ivy, the indestructible water grower. This trailing vine boasts one of the most dependable reputations in aquatic cultivation. For decades, students have grown pothos in water, often neglecting them, yet they thrive. They are nearly impossible to extinguish, even when subjected to neglect. Epipremnum aureum flourishes in nearly any light, producing variegated heart-shaped leaves. What sets this plant apart is its exceptional adaptability to water culture. Simply take a cutting that includes a few leaves and at least one node. Within a week, you'll observe the emergence of roots in the glass of water. Within a month, you'll possess a root system that resembles an underwater forest. Pothos develops specialized water roots that differ from those adapted to soil. These roots are engineered to efficiently absorb oxygen and nutrients directly from water. Studies show Pothos excels in water, often growing more vigorously than in soil. You can start with a simple cutting in a jar of ordinary tap water. Merely change the water every week or two to maintain freshness and oxygenation. No soil to contend with, no drainage concerns, and absolutely no mess. The reason water culture was overlooked is that nurseries can't profit from it. For abundant greenery without complexity, Pothos is waiting on windowsills everywhere. Consider it the quintessential gateway plant to water culture. Next, Lucky Bamboo, the aquatic imposter, which isn't actually bamboo at all. It has been grown in water in Asian homes for centuries for luck and prosperity. All it requires to flourish is water. Dracaena sanderiana is ideally suited for this. Decorative containers with pebbles provide stability for the stalks. It evolved along riverbanks where roots are perpetually submerged. It's not adapting to water culture. It is inherently designed for it. The stalks can persist for years, producing new leaves and increasing in height. Keep the roots submerged and approximately 1 inch of the stalks covered. Change water every 2 to 3 weeks. Use filtered water if tap water is chlorinated. It's like a living sculpture that essentially cares for itself. At number 3, philodendron, the heart-shaped water lover. These have graced kitchen windowsills since your great-grandmother's era. They develop roots and grow more reliably in water than almost any tropical plant. Philodendron heteroecium produces trailing vines in deep green or bronze hues. Take a cutting with a node, and within days, you'll see roots forming. Within a month, new leaves will be unfurling from the water-based system. These are permanent, functional roots, exquisitely adapted for aquatic life. Use a transparent glass to monitor root health and water quality. Position in bright, indirect light for vine after vine of glossy leaves. Seek tropical beauty without the mess and maintenance of soil. Next, the spider plant, with its offspring known as plantlets or spiderettes. These babies are engineered by nature to descend into water and grow. Each plantlet dangles from its stem like an ornament, poised to be snipped and placed in water. Propagating spider plants in water is satisfying because the results are virtually instantaneous. Even with tiny root nubs, roots will triple in length within a week. Studies reveal their remarkable adaptability and tolerance for varied conditions. They naturally grow in environments where water is consistently available, ideal for a glass jar. You can cultivate spider plantlets in water indefinitely with weekly water changes. Some maintain extensive collections, creating cascading displays of green and white foliage. They remain among the most reliable, aesthetically pleasing waterculture plants. It's a plant that undertakes all propagation efforts on your behalf, dropping young into your hands. At number 5, the peace lily, the elegant water adapter. Many are unaware of their capacity for long-term survival in water. Peace lilies naturally inhabit tropical forest floors, where soil is consistently moist. This preference for perpetual dampness translates beautifully to waterculture. The crucial element is patience during the transition period to develop water roots. Those beloved white flowers are actually modified leaves called spathes. Peace lilies can thrive for years without soil if water is regularly replenished. Initially, gently wash all traces of soil from the roots before placing in water. Change the water every few days during this phase to maintain cleanliness. Once established, ensure roots are submerged, but avoid drowning the crown. This sophisticated plant proves waterculture is not just for trailing vines. At number 6, we have the Chinese evergreen, the colorful water survivor. These plants produce leaves with intricate patterns of silver, pink, red, and cream. They exhibit remarkable adaptability despite being tropical plants. Aglaonema species have been popular since the Victorian era for their resilience. They develop robust water root systems capable of sustaining substantial specimens. Vibrant colors of their leaves can even deepen when the plant receives sufficient light. Stem cuttings possessing several leaves root reliably within 2 to 3 weeks. Maintenance is uncomplicated. Weekly water changes and monitoring for algae. It's like a living stained glass window that maintains itself. At number 7, English ivy, the classic trailing beauty. For centuries, it has been cultivated in water on cottage windowsills. Its cuttings root so rapidly that you can observe the transformation unfolding. Hedera helix produces lobed leaves along stems that can either climb or cascade. Ivy roots more quickly and reliably in water than in soil. Aerial roots adapt perfectly to waterculture, developing into robust white root systems. Take cuttings in spring or summer with several leaves and at least 2 nodes. Traditional cultivation involved placing multiple cuttings in decorative bottles. Ivy brings Victorian-era elegance to contemporary spaces with just a glass. Next, Coleus, the vibrant water performer that bursts with color. These leaves appear as though they have been meticulously hand-painted. They root with astonishing speed, showing roots within 3 to 5 days. The intensity of leaf color actually improves in waterculture with adequate light. You can create breathtaking displays by growing multiple varieties together. Change the water twice weekly, as fast-growing plants consume nutrients rapidly. At number 9, begonia, the unexpected water success. Cane begonias adapt beautifully and can thrive for years without soil. They grow as epiphytes in their native environments, clinging to tree branches. Take a stem cutting and within a week, roots begin to form. Some begonias reach 2 feet in height in waterculture, producing cascades of flowers. And finally, at number 10, the arrowhead plant, the fast-growing transformer. Syngonium podophyllum starts with arrow-shaped leaves that change as the plant matures. It is remarkably vigorous in water, producing a dense network of white roots. The vines can be trained to climb or allowed to trail elegantly from a shelf. They come in various shades, from deep forest green to pale, almost white, variegation. Simply take a stem cutting with a node and submerge it in water. It will quickly adapt, sending out new growth within weeks. Change the water weekly to keep it fresh and prevent any buildup. It's a dynamic plant that constantly changes and rewards your minimal effort. Number 11 is the wandering Jew or inch plant, famous for its purple foliage. Its shimmering leaves look like they've been dusted with silver glitter. It roots so fast you might see results in just 48 hours. Tradescantia zebrina adds a bold pop of color to any water-filled vessel. It's a great choice for those who want fast results and vibrant aesthetics. At number 12, mint, the edible herb that loves a water bath. You can grow an endless supply of fresh mint right on your kitchen counter. Mint is naturally a moisture-loving plant, often found near streams in the wild. In water, it produces fragrant leaves and a vigorous root system. Simply place a few grocery store cuttings in water and watch them take off. It's the ultimate functional water culture plant for any home cook. Number 13, basil, another culinary favorite that excels in water. Basil cuttings root easily and will continue to produce leaves for months. Ensure it gets plenty of light to keep the leaves flavorful and aromatic. Pinch off the top leaves to encourage the plant to branch out and become bushier. You'll never have to worry about overwatering or underwatering your basil again. At number 14, the rubber plant, a sturdy and dramatic water grower. While often grown in soil, young rubber plants adapt surprisingly well to water. Their thick, leathery leaves are excellent at retaining moisture. They develop strong, thick water roots that can support their upright growth. A single leaf cutting can even be used to start a new plant in water. It's a slow grower, but makes a magnificent long-term water culture specimen. Number 15, rosemary, the fragrant woody herb that defies expectations. While it prefers dry soil, rosemary cuttings can surprisingly thrive in water. It's a great way to keep fresh rosemary on hand for cooking year-round. Use younger, green cuttings rather than old, woody ones for the best results. Rosemary adds a touch of Mediterranean charm to your water-culture collection. At 16, the jade plant, a succulent that surprisingly loves water. Succulents are usually associated with dry conditions, but many root easily in water. The water allows you to see the roots forming without disturbing the plant. Once rooted, it can stay in water for a long time, looking like a miniature tree. It's a low-maintenance way to enjoy the unique beauty of succulents. 17. The Coleus again, but focusing on its incredible root speed. As I mentioned earlier, you can practically watch the roots grow in real time. It's the perfect plant for children or beginners to witness the magic of nature. Within days, you'll have a fully functional root system ready to support the plant. Number 18, the inch plant, zebrina, re-emphasizing its trailing speed. It can grow several inches in a single week when happy in its water home. The shimmering purple leaves create a stunning contrast with green plants. It's a fast-moving, high-energy plant that brings life to any space. 19. The sweet potato vine. From the grocery store to your window. You can start this with a simple sweet potato from your pantry. Suspend the sweet potato using toothpicks in a jar so the bottom half is submerged. Within weeks, you will have trailing vines that appear deliberately cultivated, yet cost you virtually nothing. The traditional application was to cultivate these during winter months when outdoor gardening was impossible. It brings green, growing life indoors during the darkest periods. It reminds us that cultivating life does not need to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes, the most impressive results emanate from the most basic ingredients: a vegetable, a jar, and water. Now let's discuss general care. Lighting is the engine of water culture growth. Most of these plants prefer bright, indirect light to prevent algae growth and leaf burn. If you see green algae forming on the glass, simply rinse the roots and clean the jar. For nutrients, a single drop of liquid fertilizer once a month is often more than enough. Remember, in water culture, less is often more when it comes to feeding. You're creating a miniature ecosystem that can sustain itself with minimal interference. Water culture is not just a hobby. It's a way to simplify your living space. It eliminates the mess of dirt and the fear of overwatering. You can see the health of your plant directly through the transparent glass. If you found this in-depth exploration of water-culture plants enjoyable, please engage with the like button. It significantly aids the channel's growth and assists others in discovering this method. Leave a comment below and inform me which plant you are most eager to attempt. Do you align with trailing vines, edible herbs, or dramatic foliage? I read every comment and genuinely appreciate your feedback. Click that subscribe button and activate the notification bell to ensure you never miss an update. Welcome to a world where gardening is clean, simple, and incredibly rewarding. Thank you for joining us at Homestead Roots. See you in the next video.